So I've finished the shoulder unit, and I've finished the torso, the arms, and then all the other bits for this kit. And I've also finished decaling, as you can see there, and I've also finished panel lining, and I've sealed it all in. So the next thing to do is to weather it up a little bit, and I need to do it in the same way that I did the rest of the kit. So very subtle chipping along all the edges. For that I'll be using this MIG chipping acrylic colour and a little bit of silver just for some bare metal parts. The method I'm using is actually the most basic paint chipping method you can do. I'm not really that skilled when it comes to weathering. I prefer my kits to be off the factory floor looking, very shiny and very nice. So this is kind of new territory for me. So I'm going to start off with the most basic method, which is you have this little makeup sponge here, and you tear a tiny piece off like this. And then what you're going to do is, I'm going to grab this tiny piece here with my tweezers. I'm going to dip it in paint, remove some of the excess, and then I'm going to just gently tap it along edges as randomly as I can. That's the most important part. Try to keep it random without making it look too random, if you know what I mean. Okay, so let's start off. Paint there, take a bit off. There we go, that's more like it. Much deeper, much darker. Okay. So let's go in here. We're on the very corner of this fin. So as you can see, it's very simple method. It's just a matter of going around, finding some edges, and just dabbing it on. So here we go. I'm quite happy with that level of chipping. You can see here. Next thing I want to do is, because there's a kind of a thruster part here, I want to make sure there's some grime around here, some kind of smoke damage around here. So to do that, I'm going to get graphite pencil, which is one of these things. You can pick them up most art shops or online, or you know, on eBay, whatever you like. I'm just going to scrape off a little bit here into my paint tray. Just a little bit of dust there. Dust. And again, I'm going to get a little sponge. I'm going to do the same thing as what I did with the paint. And this time, I'm not really going to remove too much excess. So I have a nice graphite-y sponge here, and I'm going to go around all of this thruster part and just make sure that it is all suitably dusty around the thruster area. So it looks like it has smoked out a bit at one point. There we go. That's kind of a smoked out effect. Okay, and lastly, I'll get a tiny bit of silver. There we go. I'll get a tiny bit of silver and a teeny bit of sponge. Some excess. And on the areas where it's the most chipped, like here, I'm going to put a tiny dab of silver just in the middle, just so it looks like there's a little bit of exposed metal. I think that'll do. I've mounted all of the parts up here, ready for a final matte coating. Everything is now finally weathered, and then once that's finished, I'm just going to double check all the joints, make sure everything fits together nicely, make sure nothing's too tightly fitting to cause any breakages, and then the model is complete. There we go, all completed, as you can see. I'm just finishing assembling it. It was relatively pain-free. Pretty pleased with how it's turned out. All that remains is to do like a proper photo shoot. Oh, this is going to be dodgy. Oh, there we go. This hand tends to come off a bit, so I've got to be careful with this gun. I'm not sure how poseable it's going to be because it's a little bit caked up with paint. I really don't want to scratch it. So, I mean, I'll try and do as many poses as possible when I do the final photo shoot. And yeah, hopefully it'll be okay. So, next I am going to show you a slideshow of the finished model. And I just want to thank everybody for watching this work in progress series. And I will see you again next time. Bye bye.